Well, joining us now is a newly elected congressman from Texas who may be directly affected by the database, Congressman Pat Fallon. Congressman, welcome to the show. Good to have you.
Lyndsay, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, you were one of the representatives who voted to object the electors last Wednesday. You cast your vote against them. Now potentially on this list. Are you worried about this at all?
You know, it reminds me of a bit of a sordid, those videos from the 90s, but with a political twist. We're going to call it Liberals Gone Wild. It doesn't make a lick of sense. And this is about, the left says they use euphemisms like, oh, we need to hold these conservatives accountable. But really what that means is just let's punish and silence.
Yes.
And we're not going to let them do that. We're not going to let them silence Newsmax and other conservative networks. They're trying to do that on social media platforms. But I was elected by 750,000 East Texans to be their voice in our representative republic. And I'm not going to worry about people that don't like me for the wrong damn reasons.
Well, there you go. That sounds very Texan of you. They will be proud of you in East Texas for taking a stand like that. Congressman, there's a lot of people that have sort of gone out there and said that they have regrets to objecting or they're trying to run for the hills now. So I'm going to put it to you. Do you have any regrets about your vote or your stance?
No, because it was on a constitutional basis. I didn't object to all 6 of the states in question because in Nevada we couldn't find any constitutional basis to do so, but we did in 5 states. And then when the mob came in, that was a story unto itself, and it was surreal. And I'm still can't believe it all happened. But then when we got back and we did the people's business, people asked, "Are you still going to object?" I said, "I'm not going to let the damn mob dictate my votes because they're bullies." And I'm not going to let them win. If you believed in not certifying before, or for that matter, if you believed in certifying before, the mob shouldn't change. The actions of those criminals shouldn't change your stance at all.
Well, yeah. Congressman Fallon, according to the media, that everyone that challenged the electors on the floor last Wednesday wanted to perpetuate this lie or a scam, some type of political charades. Do you feel like that was true? Tell us what motivated you to object, the specific states that you did.
Lyndsay, that's a great question. Just take, for instance, Arizona. They had 4 years to register voters that they thought would vote against President Trump. 4 years. And then they weren't sure because Arizona was going to be tight. So they went to an Obama-appointed district court judge, a federal district court judge, and he said, well, I know what the state legislature said, that you can't register to vote 29 days out, but I'm going to change that October 5th date to October 23rd. That was unconstitutional on its face because of Article 2, Section 1 says electors are chosen by the state legislatures in the manner in which they're chosen. So that judge had no authority to do that, and they game the system constantly every 4 years in November, and at some point in time we have to stand up and say no more.
That's the thing that I think is amazing is that we are missing. I think there's one thing to talk about fraud, right? And I thought that was incumbent upon the campaign to prove it. And that's what they were supposed to do in court. But the reality is, you're right. The Constitution makes it very clear who is responsible for state election laws. It's the legislatures. That was changed. There is a constitutional question that I think is worth discussing. And to say that if you discuss it, that you are somehow a bad person or you're committing a stunt or undermining democracy is at the very opposite of what's happening. You're challenging the Constitution and saying this is what we're supposed to do. People are saying that all the Republicans pulled a stunt last week, but now it's the Democrats who are doing the same thing. They're trying to impeach Trump, knowing that he's on his way out the office. And as Alan Dershowitz pointed out, he can't be impeached after he leaves constitutionally. So aren't they pulling a stunt too?
Well, Sean, it's political grandstanding. We don't even have all the facts. If they want to say that the president incited a riot, why not wait and weigh the facts to make sure, is there something that we don't know? And to have this snap impeachment is nothing but political grandstanding and is further division. It is taking a fire, and instead of stamping it out or throwing water on it, they're throwing gasoline on it. It makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. Congressman Fallon, thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on your win, and hope you have a great night.
Well, thank you, and I'll come back anytime. God bless you all.